back to Business Incorporated on Channels Television. We head to the markets now to look at the numbers. And thankfully, yes, we still have the green color right here. But, I mean, the addition there is not so much from what we closed with yesterday, 105,000. I mean, I know we had like 400 here, so not so much. But I guess we should celebrate the little wins. And it's 0.10% in the green. Let's delve more into the Nigerian market this afternoon. We have right here in the studio Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed, the Chief Executive Officer of Finance with Mukhtar. Mr. Mukhtar, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my pleasure.
Good to have you. So yesterday we saw a green market at a close, and then we have some stocks. I know the Fugas, the finance guys are driving the market. They drove the market yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, but they are not alone. Eternal Oil also gained 3 naira yesterday. Sometimes I just wonder, do investors just stay and then just decide, today I'm going to feast on MRS, tomorrow?
I think it's based on the in-market information that you've seen, especially with Eternal Oil. When you look at that sector now, it's like the cheapest stocks in that sector. And that's why investors are doing what we call price comparing analysis. Look, Eternal also, the result was fantastic, was good compared for what they did before. And with the deregulation of the sector and the war that has happened, the price war.
The price war.
Between NNPC,
so that is actually
so
good for, because we see MRS also is there, and then Eternal Oil, almost 10%.
Yeah. MRS is the number 1 game changer. I remember that they are the direct
connection to Dangote
refinery. So they supply to every other person.
So I expect them to do even much more. Or maybe, you know.
No, you see, that's why I said there's a price war. It's not everybody that will patronize the MRS. And if you go through town these days, you realize that the MRS filling station have the long queues these days. Most vehicles are queuing up there. So it's now, if you look at the most of them, the patronize maybe from MRS, you realize they are selling at 970, and those stations seems to have more fuel. And then the NNPC is on their own selling at 960. And so the price war is just about to begin, and that's the beauty of deregulation. But then, coming to the market, we expect all this to turn to positivity in the long term for MRS, Eternal Oil, and especially marketing companies. Now, we might not see that fantastic thing in Total, because you realize now Total now will be thinking they are not among the dealers. They have to deal with the NNPC. And if you look at their price is also a little bit higher than what you normally have. So,
but O&O is doing well, maybe because of their results. I know they released their results recently.
O&O is one stock that is becoming, maybe the more you see, sometimes you want to understand. And
because they're just giving out additional 1,000 shares.
And if you look at the additional 1,000 shares they are giving, you look at the sharing formula from this date.
Yes,
so
if you have 12, you can get extra 1.
So it takes investors need more information on that.
Yes.
But I think what's driving O&O has to be the acquisition. You know, they are not in the downstream. I mean, obviously, they are no more in the marketing sector. Again, they own Notify. They are more in depth in the exploitation sector. So a lot of crude oil sale, a lot of, you know, remember the investment they bought in from Ajib. So investors are looking at that. They are also trying to buy. I think they are also getting, let's say, somewhere outside the shop, this country also, they are bidding for some oil block. So those are what investors are looking at. But again, sometimes you now look at the numbers that came in, all of a sudden, investors expect that shareholders' form should be positive, but shareholders' form become negative. So sometimes you don't understand what's happening.
You don't really understand. But you know, one thing that pops out at me in all of this is the investing public has to be educated. And investors have to intentionally go out there to get information, because these stocks that we see, they don't just happen. People get into them because of what's happening in the real sector, you know, and that feeds into their movement, their prices, and the possibility of making profit or not if you invest in them.
Yeah, definitely. I think the good thing about it, that I'm so excited, and the last time on your program I said it, I'm excited because it's Nigerian investors that are driving the market now these days. We are seeing.
But I heard foreign investors are coming back.
They are coming back, and that's why you
drive them away.
No, we shouldn't drive them away. We should now begin to excitedly welcome them, because they will help us boost the price and make us create more wealth. If you look at like what you are saying, investors are beginning to drive because they are locals. Then some of them look at the local terrain and look at what is happening, and then they are able to drive it. But the unfortunate thing is that when you look at the Nigerian stock exchange itself, how many Nigerians are really creating wealth there is about 0.07%. So it's very low. So you are not seeing those numbers, wealth creation, trickling down to everybody. But again, like I said, good information flowing through the market, and a lot of investors are using that to begin to invest.
And if we could see, yes, the week-to-date performance, all the sectors are in the green. So I guess even insurance, we don't have insurance here, but I do know insurance is 0.63% in the green. So the penny stocks are also getting attention.
Insurance are getting attention because of the price.
Oh, is it because of the third party?
Yeah, you see the price, then they thought the recent policy of
the third party enforcement and all of
you are
that.
seeing that. Even before then, you saw those prices being moved because of the penny nature, like you rightly say. A lot of trading happens in the insurance sector, which is fantastic for the insurance sector. That is a sector that most investors have waited so long to see those bullish run. Remember the recapitalization. We might have that recapitalization again. If you look at the insurance company, you need basically maybe 3 or 4 companies that are really paying dividend to investors, that the results are always fantastic. Some of these companies, when their result comes in, is not commensurate with what you expect. But again, because of the price, a lot of people are playing in that sector. Like you pointed out, that has been positive. The banking sector, of course, has been very, very positive.
That's the most liquid.
That's the most
cash
liquid.
cow.
That's the cash cow. And you and I know why. Because of the recapitalization drive, the oversubscription. We got Fidelity came out with a report. They might also
Stanbic is doing well, even as we speak.
There's so much to unpack in the banking sector, and so a lot of investors are looking at that sector, like the sector that is really going to tick this year. Remember, the 1 trillion economy can only be driven by the financial sector, and the government is so particular about that. Industrial good, we are beginning to see those numbers coming positively, like you said, but again, you know they have their own challenges, and that FX challenges is still
we hope that this year, seeing the stability of the naira so far, perhaps we won't talk so much about FX losses.
I don't know why people say the stability of the naira. I don't know how stable the naira is.
We've been
so
below 1,006.
I like using this word. I think we are in the corridor of stability.
Oh, okay.
Yes, rather than just saying, oh, the stability. If it's stable, that means I can buy today at 1,000. At today, the opening price of 1,490 official price. So there's sometimes it open at 1,500. So let me say we are in a corridor of stability, which is good to plan that corridor. You can plan with that corridor. To attain stability, that means for the next 6 to 7 months, we should be at one particular price, and that is stability for me. For going today, here and there, now it's more or less like the stock market. You can't say we have attempted stability. Like you said, it 105 just now, and sometimes we might drag into 104, and that. So we've not moved on. Support level before now was 100. Now it's moved to 105. It seems to be the support level. So you can't say we. So that relative stability is there. Consumer good, of course, the Nigerians are beginning to adapt. You know, we know how to adapt now. We know price of goods are high, so we are adapting to what we can consume and how we can consume. The oil and gas sector, you know why it's still in the deregulation. We have some big players there, and we hope this year we'll have 2 big player come to that sector. That will deepen the market. NNPC.
It seems you have heard something you haven't told us.
I hope, because NNPC told us that they will be in the market before the end of this, I think second quarter of this year. So I'm just thinking of that. And then Dangote already told us that he will be bringing his refinery before the end of I think second quarter too. So those are the big. If those 2 big fish are in the oil and gas sector, that sector will be a sector to watch out.
And then the market cap will just increase. I can't wait for that.
You see, sometimes people are excited about the market part, but as an investor, I'm not excited about the market cap. I'm excited about what is my portfolio doing.
But I mean, the market cap is captures your portfolio.
The market cap can just capture, because now you list NNPC and Dangote and you dip in the market cap, and yet my stock is suffering.
What about the fixed income? How has it been this week, and what do we expect?
I think the fixed income was down. I mean, the treasury bill space was down during the week, but you know, with what you are seeing in the banking sector, and then you're looking at the global challenge. You know, the fixed income space is largely played by foreign investors, especially when they see that we are giving them good returns here, the exchange rate is good. So, but you know what is happening in the global economy? There's a new order being brought in by Donald Trump, so everybody is still beginning to watch. So what you see in the fixed income sectors are mostly Nigerians that are playing those sectors, looking for safe havens to put in there. So we are most.
Do we expect yields to remain elevated this year?
I think we will have.
And you know, the president has increased or proposed to increase the budget because of the expectation of more revenue. Perhaps that would reduce, you know, the availability or the participation of FG in the market.
Maybe, but again, we have, why you saying that sector is doing what I say, wait and see, is the Monetary Policy Committee. They need to watch that space. What are they going to do? Will they still hike rate? Will they still maintain rate?
It's 17th, I mean, 17, 18.
So what is going to be, when their next meeting, anytime soon? So I think that's what drives the fixed income space. What really is coming from the monetary, from the CBN in their next meeting, that will be the key driver of the interest rate this year, and especially the fixed income space. That will give investors a perception of what to expect in this year, and then you might begin to see movement in that space. But for now, that space is just doing wait
quiet.
and see.
Wait and see. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mukta Mohammed, for your time this
My
afternoon.
pleasure. Always.